Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Checking in on the tech sector, XLK, Apple, and Facebook. So XLK formed an inside bar on Friday compared to Thursday's trading range, and we're seeing this across the market. Many names formed inside bars with that tightening range. So we're going to be watching for a break on Monday of this tightening range, and we'll be looking at 53.07 and 53.31 as the range. So it was fairly tight. And if we get a bull break, we're really looking back up at the all-time high. That's up at 53.71. We're looking at 53.31, 53.37, and then towards that all-time high. So we do see a clear higher low pattern on the daily. Anytime I see, 4 or more days on the daily time frame, either seeing lower highs or higher lows, I'll watch that pattern. And a break of that would also be a bearish break of that inside bar and indicate that we are likely to pull back from here. So we have our double bottom very clear on the daily chart down at 52.33. And if we were to see a pullback here and head back down towards that level without the inability to head back towards the all-time high, we would be looking at a bit of a descending triangle pattern where we have our base of support, the bounce, same base of support, a lower high, and we would look to come back down, hold that same base of support, and watch the range continue to tighten. So it is a fairly important day on Monday to watch how we break that inside bar from Friday on Monday. And the weekly time frame certainly very strong still, considering the move that we came back from. The consolidation that we've seen has been very minimal, and the bulls showing back up after losing that exponential. Again, the close at the low of last week across the markets looked very weak, and the momentum just did not carry over into this past week as the bulls did show up, and we were looking at a pretty strong consolidation so far. We are fending off the bearish MACD cross as of right now, and if the bulls show up again this next week, see a bull break of that inside bar on Monday, we will see that continue to fend off as the bulls stay very strong. Apple on the daily time frame still struggling at this middle Bollinger Band, and that's not a surprise as it was the key support level we were watching that held for over 3 months. We lost it and we rejected now on a couple back tests. So that resistance is in the 142.60s. We'll continue to be keeping an eye on it. Same thing for Apple in the tech sector. We have been pulling back for a few weeks, but considering where we are coming from, we do still have a higher low pattern very clear on the daily time frame. These long lower wicks, these big dips do stand out for these higher lows. 137.05, 138.62, 140.06, and just recently 140.45. So as long as we continue to hold 140.06, that is the level that keeps the bulls in control of this daily time frame and that higher low pattern. And we'll be watching that middle Bollinger Band. The 50-day moving average is going to be catching up. That's going to be right at that 140 level on Monday and Tuesday. The Bollinger Bands are getting tight as the range tightens, and the weekly chart still favoring the bulls above the 8-period exponential. We would have to lose that level to see a bearish MACD cross and then a loss of those exponential moving averages. So still very strong in the tech sector and in Apple. Facebook coming off of the all-time high, certainly a very strong lead bull. We've got a move up to 144.25, that all-time high, and the low of the day. So I'm showing the low here on Facebook on the intraday chart. That was down at 143.39, and we built that base of support. We touched 143.39 and 143.40 multiple times. So that is a key support level heading into next week, and here it goes all the way down to 142.27. That is due to a drop right after the bell rang, where we saw some trades settling after hours. So disregard that long lower wick. Really, it's going down to 143.39, so that's a much tighter range, and it's also an inside bar on the daily time frame. So again, that support is 143.39 to be watching, and if we do break that level, we'll be looking for some normal, healthy consolidation following the breakout to new all-time highs. We're on the verge of a bullish MACD cross, and we'll watch the upper Bollinger Band resistance as that's going to be right at the all-time high level as we open on Monday. Weekly chart for Facebook, little bull flag of healthy consolidation, still holding exponential supports, decreasing volume. Granted, it was a holiday week with one less trading day, but still lower volume. And now looking at that continuation. So a little 2-week bull flag after a breakout, and now continuation, keeping the Facebook bulls in full control. So watching to see how we break from this inside bar, just like we're watching on the markets overall, the tech sector, so many individual names inside bars on Monday. And if the bull market, if the markets do show up in the bulls do show up in the market, we know that Facebook is positioned well for some follow through to the upside due to that lack of history. It's really just upper Bollinger Bands that we're working on at this point. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow, and I hope you had a good weekend.